How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the HSR. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Guys, my dad brought our horse here. We've been riding him a little bit. We've been putting him in the barn every single morning and night just to get him used to it. He's only 4 years old. Technically he is my dad's horse, but I'm gonna start riding him and eventually try to buy him from him. So that is the plan. We have our hay up here in the loft. So every morning and night we give him a couple flakes of hay. We open up this door here. It goes to the pen outside. As I come down the stairs here, we gotta go flip his bucket over. But what my plan is today, guys, is I need to get my corral welded up. So we got all the panels up and everything, but the connectors between them need welded on. I just got these continuous panels from a guy that actually just builds them from home, and so they're not kind of built in, which is kind of a pain. Next time I probably would have spent a little bit more, but oh well, not that big of a deal. So anyways, we'll let him hang out here. His name's Boone. Willa is absolutely in love with him. We'll let him hang out here. We'll go get set up to start welding and see what we can get done. Ranch on. All right, y'all, here's my ranching welding setup. My little Harbor Freight welder generator. We'll get her kicked on, start welding. So I bought the wrong sticks. I'm not the greatest welder, so I was trying yesterday, did not work. But basically what we have is the two pipes in between and then a little connector piece, and I just need to weld them up so they're tight. Really not that hard, just tack around the edges, call her good. So let's get this up and running. We'll probably do 1 or 2 panels and get him out of the barn. All right, y'all, we just got to the end. Now I gotta go weld up one little piece over there. I still have to do all this inside the horse pen, but I'm gonna turn him to pasture tomorrow, and so I'm not even gonna mess around with it today. So that should work. I'll show you guys this. I didn't take welding in high school. I am a self-taught welder. Let me just say, it is not the best work, but it'll hold. This is a terrible one. Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. Oh well. Perfect. Done. All right, let's go get this stuff unloaded. We'll go look at the fall cows. We're calving right now, guys. If you're new, we have and close to 19 on the ground right now. We should have around 48, I think, total, if nothing happens. We've had not the best luck this year so far, but I talked about that kind of in the last video, so let's go take a look at that. Today, what I want to do now is we're going to go look at the fall cows, show you guys some of the calves that we're having, and after that, we're going to go look at the spring cows and the other fall pairs in the other pasture. So stay tuned and ranch on. Prairie June, what are you doing? You got baby chickies? Show me the chickies. We got some meat birds. Oh, Prairie June, love. Go get one. I see a kitty in there. All right, y'all, this is Prairie June. You wanna say hi? You say hi? You guys don't see much of her. You see a lot of Willa because she helps me work, but this girl likes to stay with Mama, don't you? You love Mama?
No.
No? What? You little stink. She learned no like 2 days ago, so that's all she says now. Anyways, let's go check the cows. As I pop this gate open real quick, guys, I figured I'd give you guys a life update. So a lot of you know I worked at UPS in the mornings on the preload for the insurance, and it was from about 5 a.m. to 9:30, but I was gone from the house from about 4:15 until 10. And yes, the hours were nice, but the Lord placed it on my heart and my wife's kind of at the same time. It was actually pretty weird that we thought it was time for me to be done. It's just, no offense to anybody that works there, but just kind of in a negative environment for me, and I want to be around people that are going to push me up, not down, and the mindsets just weren't there. And like I said, no offense to anybody if anybody works there is from UPS, but it's just one of those deals, guys, that I'm getting busy enough with the cows. I'm especially doing it by myself and all of that jazz, especially with my fence building, the real estate's picking up. We went out on a limb, we're taking a chance, and so I'm a full-time rancher, fence builder, real estate agent now. No more part-time job at UPS. So kind of a big step, but it was much needed. So if you don't know, guys, we have red, black, and 2 Charolais cows. But we breed everything to straight full Charolais. So little calf there would be full Charolais, and that's a Charolais Black Angus cross. She had that calf yesterday, so she might just be trying to, I know she cleaned out, so she might just be acting weird. But I think right now we have 10 bull calves and 9 heifers, so we're about 50-50. We did lose 3 calves, just a cow laid on her calf. 1 calf was too big. Just some unfortunate events happened that, gosh, it was kind of, it was weighing on me pretty hard, especially with me being done at UPS. It was just one of those deals, guys, that, you know, as a small rancher that, you know, has 50 fall cows and about 20 spring cows, you lose, you know, 2 or 3 calves, and that's a lot of your profit, you know what I mean? So luckily the market's high. We saved the 3 cows. We're going to get rid of them tomorrow, so we'll be taking you guys to the sale barn tomorrow. And with that being said, y'all, I think we'll go check this water tank. I didn't see any of the other pairs. They must be in the front pasture, so we'll go check up there too. Water tank's on, just dripping. All the cows must have came and got some water this morning. Here's some cows. They actually might be right here. I know I'm talking a lot, but as we're driving up to them, I have decided that I'm really going to start pushing YouTube videos. Guys, I have a lot of subscribers. A lot of them came from one video, but it's time for me to really lock in and just give you guys a video. My goal as of right now is to do 4 videos a week. So I'm going to post basically every single day and be recording every day from here on out. So it'll be real nice to do that, give you guys a real in-depth on how my days go. And with that being said, guys, here's those calves. We bought 10 bred, heavy bred cows, and we ended up having 4 black calves out of them. They were bred black or Char. You guys want to know something crazy? So our Charolais bull that we rented from a neighbor, one of my good friends back home, we used a Charolais bull that he had, full-blooded Charolais, but he is throwing some little red calves. He must have some red in him down the line. Like, this looks like a red Angus calf. It doesn't even have a black nose. So crazy. And we only had 2 full Charolais bulls in there, so pretty interesting. Alright, y'all, we're here in the fall pasture with the 10 pairs we left over here. We left these pairs over here because their calves were older and they didn't need to make the cattle drive back to the house, and there was still grass in this pasture, so we left them here. We drove our falls back to my house, and then we drove the spring cows into this pasture with them just because, like I said, there was left grass, and get those spring cows off my pasture for a little bit to kind of rest. And so the plan is we have a co-bet waterer in this middle pasture of this half section, split into 3 perfect 100-acre pastures. And so our spring cows will stay there till about January. Then we'll take them home, horseback. We'll take them home, and then we'll bring the fall pairs back to the middle pasture where those springs were at. So kind of flip-flopping around, but it'll work out, you know, for the best. So anyways, let's take a look at these. I've counted 9 calves. I need to find the rest, that last one. Let's go take a look. And there he is, right there. I'm not gonna disturb him. He's one of the, I think that's the oldest calf we have. He was born in August, the end of August, so he'll be a big calf. Here's some of our springs. You guys seen a lot of these cows with their calves this past summer. Here's the first calf heifer. We bred Charolais here. They've got some growing to do, but we're gonna feed them good here starting the next probably 30 days. See if we can't get them, you know, 150 pounds on them before they calve this winter. There's a 4-year-old there, 131. Yeah, so not much to look at here in the fall pasture. All them pairs, geez, those calves shouldn't be getting sick. They still got green grass. Cows are crapping straight liquid basically because there's so much green grass underneath all that CRP, and so really it's a pretty easy check every day on these. And then, you know, you got your spring cows. There's really nothing to look at there. I mean, as long as they have mineral and water, excuse me, waddle. As long as they have mineral and water, I mean, goodness gracious. In the fall and the winter is probably the easiest with them spring cows. But anyways, guys, that should complete the video today. And like I said, we're gonna be back 4 days a week. We're gonna get some projects started. And so I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the sale barn tomorrow. Peace.